the time has finally come for me to review my absolute favourite ever Black Phoenix limited edition perfume. Not general catalogue, but limited edition. It's Pink Phoenix, and just for the record, I've already recorded and reviewed this perfume twice and then deleted it. So this might get deleted, I don't know. If you're watching this right now, it means that... No, I'm joking. I don't know, I'm going to do it. This is fine, it's third time lucky. I've just not been happy with the review before, wanted to say more, and then thought, oh, I can't go back and change it now. So here it is. As I said, it's my ultimate limited edition perfume by Black Phoenix. It came out in 2005, and it was really, really rare and sought after, but you can now still buy it on their Etsy site. So I'm not going to stand here and tell you all this stuff about something that you can't get anymore, because you actually can get it now. So it's the one I own the most of. I have 3 of the original ones from when it came out. So when Black Phoenix used to do cobalt blue bottles. I don't know if you can see that in the light. And I have 3 from their Etsy thing, so you can still buy it. But before I get into the review, if you don't mind, I'd like to tell you all a story. This is a BPAL review for BPAL lovers, and I feel like I need to tell this story for anyone that's a Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab fan, or someone that's a member of the BPAL forum or BPAL community that may be kind of new, because I've been joined since 2005, so it's quite a long time. But something happened, there's a story behind this perfume, and something happened as to the reason why I got my first ever bottle of it. And I want to tell you something, because this will hopefully restore your faith in humanity if sometimes you're feeling a bit shit. So this is what happened. There was a member on the Black Phoenix forum who, I'll never forget her name. Her name was Beneath Glass. That was her handle, if you like, her avatar. And from what I remember, I don't know when it was actually, I think it was about 8-9 years ago that this happened. From what I remember, she wasn't a new member. She was someone that had built up quite a reputation, I think. She wasn't, you know, she'd been on there for a while. So what happens is, when you swap on the BPAL forum, like any other forum I guess, you put a bit of trust in that person, and it's at your own risk. But up until that point, and still now, the Black Phoenix community is a really amazing bunch of people, and people are generous and they're helpful, much like Fragrantica. And yeah, what this girl did was basically, she messaged, I think, about 40 people. On there you can look at everyone's wish list, you can look at everyone's bottles, what they own, what their most highly sought after oils are. And she went around 40 people, or even more it might have been, and said, I've got this that you're looking for, can I have your that? So she went right for the jugular. For me, Pink Phoenix was the thing that I wanted to try the most. It was an anniversary oil, it was one that I'd never smelled, and oh, actually I managed to get a tiny sample one day, and then I wanted to get a bottle of it, but it was nowhere to be found at the time. It was really hard to get. So she said, I've got a bottle of Pink Phoenix, do you fancy swapping for your Blue Moon, it was at the time, which is also another quite hard one to get. So she was asking for rare things and offering rare things in return. She did one foul swoop right across the Black Phoenix forum. Everyone sent her their stuff, she didn't send anything back. So she was basically, they call it a swap lifter. She swap lifted 40 people, whack, disappeared, and was never seen again. So I sent her extra stuff too, because that's kind of the done thing on the Black Phoenix forum. I sent her extra samples, letter and stuff like that. So she was gone. It was a couple of weeks gone by, you know, and because she was American, I thought, oh, it's going to take a bit of time for the stuff to get here. You know, you just wait patiently, basically. Well, you don't, you stalk the postman like a crazy person, but you know, you just waited. And then it was about a month or so later that this thread went up by the moderators. Anyone that's been done a swap recently with Beneath Glass, please get in touch with us. It turns out that she is a serial swap lifter, and she's basically fucked over loads and loads of people on the Black Phoenix forum. So this is where the story turns nice. And I've never seen anything like this before happen on a perfume community, and it astounded me. the moderators put up, they said to us, they said, anyone that's been in contact with her, send us a private message and we'll compile a list of everybody that has lost stuff. And they checked private messages to make sure that, you know, it was legitimate and you had exchanged messages with the girl and what it was that you'd been promised. They compiled a huge list of everyone's names, and they posted it with what it was that they sent. And everyone on the Black Phoenix forum rallied together to send out you know, care packages, I would guess, to replace everything that had been lost by everyone that had been swap-lifted by this monster troll woman bitch from hell. So my name was on there, obviously, you know, Blue Moon gone, Pink Phoenix promised. I immediately got a message from someone, and I can't for the life of me remember now. I've tried to go back through messages, it was so long ago. From someone saying, I've got a bottle of Pink Phoenix, which, by the way, I can't stress enough how rare this one was at the time. It was, you just couldn't get it. If somebody wanted to swap it, you'd have to have something pretty cool to swap back, which is what she honed in on. But yeah, so, you know, I graciously but reluctantly accepted. If you're watching this, the person that did this, I'm ouch on there as well. Thank you. You did not only send me Pink Phoenix, a whole bottle of, you sent me loads of samples, a lovely letter, other rare things, another bottle of something that I can't remember now as well because I've used up quite a lot of stuff, tea, chocolate, soaps, a Black Phoenix massage oil, which they're not really cheap. It was just a massive box of stuff, you know, just saying I hope that this makes you, restores your faith in humanity, which was amazing, right? I think pretty much everyone got back what they lost. I then got another message from another member saying, I've got a bottle of Pink Phoenix, I'd love to send it to you, which of course I said, you know, don't worry about it, I've already been more than compensated by someone else's generosity, it's fine, keep yours, it's really rare, blah blah blah. But this member insisted again, so I gave her my address. Another person, I can't remember their name of, you'd think telling this lovely story that I would remember their names, but it was about 8-9 years ago, and I've slowed down my Black Phoenix purchases and forum activity. I need to get back on there. She also sent me a bottle of it, along with loads of other stuff, and basically that's the end of the story. That's how I got my first ever bottle of this really rare perfume that I've come to love the most, and it kind of adds a little bit more extra stuff that it's got that story behind it. So I wanted to share that with you. If you're a new Black Phoenix perfume member that collects them, the forum is an amazing place. They are just wonderful people, and yeah, when there's a perfume crisis, they come to the rescue. So on with the review. So yeah, like I said, I've got 6 bottles now. I mean, if it's your favourite, you're going to try and hoard it as much as you can. But you can get it on Etsy, so all is not lost. This perfume, the description is this: silliness in the extreme. That's pretty much what it says. The ingredients are honeycomb, sugared pear, sweet pea, vanilla bean, and a dribble of strawberry. So it's kind of one of those Black Phoenix mouth-watering things that you just think, I really want to smell that. And I'm really glad I did, because I don't really wear it that often. It's one of those ones where I don't really know when to wear it, but when I do, people ask. It's not a shy, retiring pink fluffiness. It's really bold, and it's just amazing. Someone did say I smell like a Yankee Candle, which I guess I kind of agree with, but people say that about Black Phoenix when they're not really familiar with the brand anyway. But yeah, it smells, I always say, well, not always, I sometimes say in my reviews that something smells like dolls. I don't know if any of you girls have ever had a strawberry shortcake doll before, that kind of plasticky, sweet gorgeousness that they smelled like. It smells like that. It smells really prominently of honeycomb. It's like a sugary, pink honeycomb smell. The pear I don't really get. There's a bit of fruitiness from strawberry. I just think it's wonderful. It's like a mood changer. When I smell it, I just go, ah, that smells like happiness. That sounds really weird, but some things make you feel emotions, and this one for me, just it comforts me when I smell it. It's a really fun fragrance. It's very bold and kind of flirty and girly, and just, I don't know, I've said before, it's like something you'd smell at a children's party, or Disney World wafts these kinds of smells out onto Main Street when you walk down there. Yeah, it's not, it doesn't really change very much, but it's really, really strong. I mean, the stuff the 2005 stuff in the blue bottles, this is really potent. I went like this recently at work. I went like that, and it filled half of my office. People that were coming from behind were saying, this whole area smells of all kinds of things, they were saying. So, I mean, it really gets noticed. I've sent this to a few people as well recently when I've been on my decanting give back to the world. So, yeah, hopefully they might comment. Rob, I'm looking at you. Gary, I'm looking at you. Kay, I'm looking at you. Let me know what you think of it. You have kind of, but comment underneath and tell me again. But yeah, it's just amazing. It's pink, fluffy, not even fluffy, it's a little bit more bold than fluffy. Honeycomb, a little bit gourmandy, but not a little bit gourmandy, just a tinge. And it just smells like honeyed strawberries and doll heads, and a little bit plasticky, but in a good way. Unusual. Nothing else I've smelled smells like this, apart from their Pink Moon, which I will review as well. But yeah, for now, I'm going to keep this review because I have rambled on enough. This is it. Pink Phoenix, 2005 anniversary it was for them, which you can still buy. So for now, that's my review, and sorry I rambled, but I had to tell the story. Speak to you guys soon. Goodbye.